Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Yes, I am in my robe, and yes, my hair is wet from my shower, and I do not care, cause I wanted to film my May wrap up, so I was like, should I get dressed for this? Should I really get fancy? It's Sunday. Nah. So I'm sorry about my appearance. I did put some makeup on though, just for the video, because that's not gonna happen. So, my May wrap up, I was really hoping I would complete like a ton of books. I ended up reading 7 books, which is still okay, but like I wanted to do middle grade May, so I thought middle grade books are usually a bit more like books you can get through faster. But then like in the middle of the month I kind of felt like I wanted to read something different, and yes. The first book that I completed is The Little Prince, which is probably a book that most people have read. This is a cute story. I like it a lot. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was adorable, so yeah, just go and read it. You will not regret it. Then I picked up When Mischief Came to Town. So I rated this book 4 out of 5 stars. The thing that I really liked about this book, and which was also a bit funny, was that it happens really close to where I live. Usually books never happens in Denmark, but there is this island really close to where I live, which is called Bornholm, which is, I'm pretty sure it's like still a part of Denmark, but it's still like an island for themselves. And so it was really funny that this book took place there and stuff. I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really cute. It's just about this little girl that has to live with her grandma at this island, Bornholm, and she just has to adjust to a lot of things, and it's really hard for her, but it was such a cute story. Then I picked up The Unlikely Adventures of Mabel Jones, so I read this 4 out of 5 stars. This was really weird in a way. I think this is definitely more to the children's section. I'm not quite sure. It's just like there was like a lot of animals that were pirates, and then Mabel Jones gets kidnapped by these pirates, and then she has to find something to get home again. I don't know. I liked it though. It was a pretty funny read, but maybe it was a bit too childish for me. Not quite sure though. Then I read Sweet Pizza, which was freaking amazing. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. This book seriously made me laugh and got me to cry a little bit. I really liked it. This is about a guy and his family own a restaurant, an Italian restaurant, and they don't really have any customers, and something happens, but then I don't feel like I can say too much because I will just spoil it for you. But the family like part of this book is incredible. Like the family has such a strong bond to each other. I love it. Awesome. Then I decided after that I wanted to read some other novels, so the first one that I picked up was Whatever, or How Junior Year Became Totally Fucked Up. I think that's the title, but that's a long title as well, man. So I rated this 3.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it, but I felt like it was really predictable, and it was just another like typical YA contemporary. There were definitely some things that I really liked in the book, but other than that, it wasn't anything like extraordinary. Then I read Girl Mans Up, and I've been waiting a long time for this book to arrive in my library, and it got there, and I had to read it, and it was incredible. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. This was truly amazing. It's really usual that you read about a guy and a guy relationship in a book. I feel like a lot of people and a lot of authors use the concept, whatever you can call it, about a guy that finds out he's homosexual through the book. But I feel like it's really rare that we have a female-female relationship. And in this book we have a girl, and she's not a transgender, but she is really boyish. She's really like, she's a tomboy, but she doesn't want to be a guy. And she does like girls, and there's a lot with the friendship, and there's a lot with some love, and I love it. It was incredible. Read it, it's amazing. The last book I read in the month of May was The Queen's Poisoner, which I rated 3.75 out of 5 stars. I liked this book. This is the first book like in a series that I think has like 6 books or something. It's pretty big, I believe, and I don't know why I decided to pick this book up, but I felt like it for some sort of reason, so I did it. I liked it. I really liked the characters. and I liked the storyline, but for me there was just not enough happening. I felt like the start was kind of slow, but at the same time I do understand that we get a long like introduction to like world, kingdoms, characters in fantasy novels, because usually like I mean sometimes fantasy novel has a completely world that you have to get introduced to, and I do get it, but I don't know, it just felt like for me it just wasn't enough action packed. I wished more action. I really did. But maybe it comes on later in the series, I don't know. I think I will continue with this series, not at this moment though, but I will at some point because it definitely had a lot of potential and I really liked our main character Owen, so yes. So those were the 7 books that I completed in the month of May, and I'm currently reading Wanderlost by Jen Malone, which I love so far. It's so good. Really like our main character, really like the whole concept with her being a tour guide through Europe, and I really like it. So leave a comment down below, tell me what books you have read in May, if you have read any of the books that I have read, what your thoughts on them were, all of that stuff that I usually say in the end of my videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!